afternoon people, whatever time it is whenever you're tuning in. So back in the kitchen with Tony and Teddy, and today we're making soft bread rolls. I'm back to work tomorrow, so I'm going to make some rolls to take to work with me for my breakfast. So ingredients then: 500 grams of strong white bread flour, 8 to 10 grams of yeast, 8 grams of salt, 310 grams of water. We'd best have whey in your water, it's more accurate. About 6 grams of sugar and about 15 grams of butter. Or if you're vegan or anything like that, you can use vegetable oil, 15 ml. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our 310 ml of water. To that you're going to add about 6 grams of sugar roughly. It's not an exact science. A spoonful of sugar in there. Give that a stir. In with that then, we're going to add 8 to 10 grams of yeast. I just fire 2 spoonfuls in. Again, not an exact science. Give that a bit of a mix. Put that to one side for that yeast to activate. Next up then, I have 500 grams of strong white bread flour. In with that, 8 grams of salt, which in my case is 1 spoonful. I make bread and rolls all the time, so I know 1 spoon of that is 8 grams. Into that then, 15 grams of butter. I have cubed that, just so it mixes evenly throughout the flour. Pop that in. And give that a bit of a mix about as well. If you're still watching, you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing for us. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and I think we're at 636 at the moment, so we're on track. Okay, now that yeast has been hydrating, add that yeast and sugar solution directly in there. Take it with a spoon handle and just give it a bit of a mix together. What we're going to do now is leave that to stand now for about 5-10 minutes to auto-lease. We'll call auto-leasing. We're just letting that flour rehydrate. Okay, I've been auto-leasing now for about 10 minutes. Now I'm using a stand mixer today. If you've got a stand mixer, you have to knead this by hand for 10 minutes. I'll give you a demo on that when I pull out the stand mixer. If you make bread all the time, or cakes or anything, a decent investment, stand mixer. Can't go wrong. Picked up on Amazon, I think it was about £60. So in the US, talking US money, that's probably about $75 or $80. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fire this in the stand mixer for 10 minutes. I will drop a link down in the description if you fancy buying one. Okay, that's been in the stand mixer for 10 minutes now. If you were kneading this by hand, all you do is turn your dough mixture out onto the worktop and knead it in this kind of fashion. Add a bit of flour if it's really sticky. You'll find that first when you first start kneading that it's really sticky. The longer you knead it for, the less sticky it'll get and the easier it'll get to work with. Now if you make bread all the time, as you can see, it can be quite tedious. 10 minutes of kneading every time you're making a loaf or some rolls or whatever. So that's why stand mixer, definitely a good investment. So what I'm going to do now is put this back in that bowl, cover that with a tea towel, leave that to proof now for 1 hour. Okay, so I'm proofing that for 1 hour, so we turn this out onto the work surface and get it divided up into our separate rolls. So as you can see, that's just about doubled in size. So what we're going to do is turn this out and then we're going to weigh it. Now this recipe, you can either make 8 small rolls, or 6 large ones. And we're going to go for 6 large ones today. So I'm going to weigh that, 843 grams. So that's 140 grams per roll. So we're going to get this divided up. As you can see, the dough's still quite sticky. So we'll get a bit of flour on the work surface. What we're going to do now is divide this into 6 140 gram portions. That's got this brand new bench scraper. I was using a cheap plastic one. I invested on Amazon. I think it was £5 or £6 on Amazon. So fairly cheap for a really nice bench scraper / dough cutter. I will put a link in the description. So we've got 140 grams. So there's our 6 portions. Now we'll get to shaping this. Okay, so we're going to shape each individually now. We'll treat each one of these as if it is a small loaf. So all we're going to do is get it laid out, pull the corners into the centre. You can see it's nice stretchy, good gluten formation. Try what's called tension in this dough. Just keep pulling it into the centre. Roll it over, take our bench scraper. Just like that. Then pop that on your tray. Okay, so this is the last one, so I'll just show you one more time. We'll just lay that down, pull our corners into the middle. Just keep pulling everything into the middle. What we're trying to do is we're trying to cause tension in this dough on the work surface. Just use the stickiness of that dough by pulling it along the work surface, just to cause a bit of tension, just like that. And all we're going to do is we're going to squish them. Make sure you leave a bit of spacing between your rolls, because they are going to rise, and they'll rise more when they're cooked. Once that's done, cover those with a tea towel now and leave those to proof for 1 more hour. Okay, so they've been proofing now for 1 more hour. As you can see, they've risen really well. So preheated the oven to 180 degrees. I'm going to fire these in the oven now for somewhere between 14 to 16 minutes. Just check them. When they look nice and golden brown, they're done. So they're in the oven for 15 minutes now. As you can see, they're done. What we want to do now is put these in a wire rack for them to cool. At first, they'll feel hard, but as they cool, they'll soften. They'll go soft. So get those in a wire rack now, cool them, and then I'm going to cut one open. Right, this smells too good to resist. I'm having one of these now with some pork, some belly pork slices. Lovely soft white rolls. Beautiful. So I've got beautiful white soft rolls fresh out of the oven. If you like that video, hit subscribe, give us a big thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.